All right. Anyways, we're gonna start with the tanks then. The tank tier list for next season. Now, this is gonna be Paladin first. Okay. So if we look at the Paladin, they are getting the season 1, the big season tank setback. Okay, this is where they were shining. If you look at the meta here, let's go in the season 1. Boom. We go on tank. Paladins pretty on top. With like Paladin tank, is it tank? Yeah, Paladins are on top. Like the most played, obviously the most OP classes. As you can see, high keys, everything Paladin. So Paladins getting a nice setback for tanking. Now, is it gonna be good enough? I mean, obviously, it's gonna be a good enough tank. But how good is it? What you guys think? Now, I already made up my mind, but I want to hear what you guys think. I feel like, no, Paladin is definitely not going to be C tier. I feel like Paladin is going to be A tier. It's not going to be as quiet as good on highest keys, but it's going to be pretty fucking awesome. Now, before I do more rankings, right? Before I do more rankings, I just want to point out that all classes, all specs, and all specs are going to be viable for 99.9% of the game, right? We're talking about the highest of highest mythic plus keys, right? You know, top 100 groups. We're talking about 30 plus keys now when we are doing the differentiate between the tanks, classes, specs. But generally, you play whatever class you want to play. It's whatever class you are comfortable with, whatever class you like to play, just play that, and that is going to be the best class to play for you. And you will be able to do all the keys, like 20 keys, 25 keys, 30 keys. I would say you can easily do them. But we are talking about pushing beyond 30s, 31, 32, 33s, etc. Next season is going to be 20 plus keys, but right now it's 30. That's going to be differentiating, like, you know, what's the best class. But generally, just pick whatever you like to play and you can do everything you need to do in the game, to be honest. Okay. Demon Hunters. Now, I don't know if we need to discuss this anymore. In my opinion, Demon Hunter is going to be S tier class again. They are doing, if you look at the set bonuses here, boom, where is it? Demon Hunters, Vengeance, we are getting the same set bonus as this season, which is pretty OP, right? And I don't think there is any class that's gonna be more versatile and they bring so much to the table. Unless Blizzard nerf the shit out of Demon Hunters, I don't think any class will get close. They are gonna be king of the M pluses again, as every other season, almost. And that's it. In my opinion, Demon Hunter is going to be S+. Because of the sigils, movement speeds, tankiness. It's just generally a class made for fucking M+, in my opinion, as a tank. It's just so good. So, and the damage bonus, magic damage bonus they bring. So, I don't think anybody is going to disagree in this one. It's the S+. I just put it there. Now, next one is the Blood Decay. Generally, I don't like Blood Decays, but they are kind of okay anyways, right? Let's see their set. So I am a little bit biased. They are getting season 2 bonus, which it is a pretty good bonus because I did play Blood Decay on season 2 as a tank. It is pretty good. We are looking at the season 2, right? Season 2 tanks, really not like the Druids were king of the hills in season 2. They were like everywhere. It was the best OP motherfucking tanks, and they are getting OP again this season, I feel like, but we'll see. But dominating Druids, all keys on high keys. But yeah, Blood Decays, I would say Blood Decays as always gonna be mid tier. They're never going to be the greatest. They're not going to be bad. They're viable. I will put it in B. B tier for sure, for me. Probably better in raid. In raid, I would say Blood DK is going to be like A or S, right? But in M+, it's mid tier, B tier. Agree? We agree, bro. Anybody disagree? Hello. Cheers. How you doing? Yes, we are getting to that. We are not ready with the Druid yet. We have done Demon Hunter, Paladin, and Blood. I don't know why these classes are here and should be down there, but I don't know. It doesn't work. But no, Blood DK is definitely not going to be above Protection Paladin. I think Protection, in my opinion, they are not going to be M+, not going to be better than... we could arguably put them here, behind... We could arguably, like maybe we do it like this, right? Behind Paladins, but not the best, not the worst. And in general, I don't think any tank is going to be bad. There's not going to be a tank that's going to be bad this season, but you know, it's either B or like A-, I guess. Warriors. What are they getting, guys? Warrior tank. Season 3. Kind of meh. I don't know why people voted on this one. It's kind of like a, I guess, okay. I really don't feel like Warrior is that great. They were great in season, was it 2 or 1? One of the previous seasons, they were doing awesome. But they had other set bonuses. So, in my opinion, B tier. Warrior is B tier for sure. M+, right now as it stands, I feel like Warrior is going to be B tier. Next season, also the dungeons. When you think about dungeons, there's going to be a lot of spread. So I feel like Warriors are not going to shine there. Yeah, I would put them for sure B tier. I don't think they're going to be C. I don't think they're going to be bad. Again, every class is going to be viable for most of the keys, but we're talking about the top of the top pushing M+ limits. But I would for sure prefer a Demon Hunter for sure, 100%. Now, Druids. Druids are going to be interesting. Why? Because they're getting the most OP set ever made for Druids. They are getting the season 2, I think. Boom, Druids. They're getting the season 2. It's big. It's a lot of HP. It's a lot of self-healing. It's just insane. This set is the best set ever made for Guardians. Is the set tier set the only thing that changed since then? I think they reworked they reworked Druids this patch this season actually. But people complained. Still people complain. A lot of people are still complaining about the Druids, but I feel like generally Druid players are always complaining. They are a bunch of complainers. That's what they do. They just like to complain. So whatever you do for them, they just complain, and that's what they do, and that's it. I don't think the changes they made were bad, but they weren't really interesting. They weren't like big changes. They were like small buffs. Now, this set bonus is big. And if you look at the data, season 2, tanks, this is the tank situation. It's Druid only. It's like what Demon Hunters are right now. Druids were dominating season 2 as tanks. And I think, considering also the dungeons, I would put Druids above Demon Hunter. That is my opinion. That could be people disagree, but I think Druids gonna be the dominating tank in high keys. Guardian Druid. Vengeance gonna be great, but Druids are gonna be even more played. And that's what I think. Because they're gonna do a lot of damage, a lot of healing, a lot of fucking everything. And they're tanky as fuck. Now, I would, like, if I could do it like this. Maybe this is more correct. Maybe. But the Vengeance is definitely gonna be behind Druid. And I think the gap between Druid and Vengeance is gonna be big. That's what I feel. I feel like Druids are definitely gonna be the dominating tank for the high keys. While Vengeance is gonna be still viable, it's gonna be overall better for a Druid, for a Guardian. Because I'm just thinking about the dungeons as well, right? There is not many, like, if you look at the packs in season 2 and season 3, like, the sigils won't matter that much, I feel like. No. I mean, yeah, everything is based on the data we know right now. Things could change. People, like, Blizzard could be changing stuff. Yeah, but the Druids also bring buff, no? They bring crit for melees. Doesn't Guardian bring crit for melees? No, but okay, that's only it. I thought they bring also crit. Yeah, but yeah, true. You could argue Druid healers, you don't need a Guardian tank and a Druid healer. But then there's going to be other healers that's going to be viable also for M pluses, which can come into play with, like, different setups. Right? So, Mist River. Let's look at them, just to be sure we are correct here. Monks, not Mist River, but is it Brewmaster, right? Yeah. They are getting Season 3 bonus. Nobody ever fucking plays Brewmaster, so I don't really know. This is gonna be a wild guess based on the data, right? Let's look at the season 3. Pretty shit, nobody plays it. Season 2, pretty shit, nobody plays it. Season 1, pretty shit, nobody plays it. So I would say, let's also look at the season 2 here. Like, yeah, like Druids, I like, not Druids, but the Brewmaster, I feel like it's gonna be like here. I wouldn't really necessarily put him there. I would maybe put him even C tier. Like, somewhere around here. Maybe just to be a little bit fair, because we don't know the class. They're gonna definitely be behind Warriors, I feel like. But they're like, it's like same tier, mid tier, right? They're not great, they're not shit. It's not the most popular tank to playing it. They are kind of in the same situation as Druids, because you rather want to have a Mist River healer for M plus than a tank. And, you know, that's why, you know, it's not that popular to play Brewmaster. So I would put them behind, like, the last, I guess, the worst one. But by all means, they are viable, but they're just not going to be played that much next season either. So, tank tier list, there you go. Copy it, post it, make it everywhere. Make sure you clip this and you know that it's going to be correct. Do we have a healer tier list somewhere? Or do I go to the... I don't want to make a template. I don't have time for that shit. We could do healers here first, no? Maybe? Or do we do the rest in here? And skip the tanks? What do you guys think? Then clear and do tanks out? What? Reset. Yeah, okay, I'll do the healer first, then I will do reset and do the tanks. Okay, what is the first healer? It's the Druid, right? I don't think there's gonna be any doubt. Druids have been dominating M pluses for as long as I know. I'm gonna put them already in S plus. The set bonus is gonna be the current set bonus, which is awesome in M pluses as well. So I'm gonna just put them there, but we're gonna look at the data, just base it on the data we know. Almost every group on high key is using Druid right now. Season 2, Paladins were dominating, but Druids are kind of up there anyways. Oh, we are looking at the healer. There we go. You know, pretty fucking good. 20%, Shamans 20%. It's the highest, most played class. And, you know, generally that means also it's also a good class for M+. I feel like Druid, in my opinion, every time, every season, they are just made for M+. Because of the movement, because of the instant casts, the CC they bring, the damage they bring, all this stuff. The damage could be buffed a little bit, I guess, but other than that, they are just king of the M+. And I think they're gonna remain king of M+, Druid healers on top. Next one. What is this? This is the Evoker, right? When I look at the Evoker, Evocation. Now, I've never been a fan of Evoker healer. In general, I think in raid they might be good. But in M+, I don't like it. They're getting the season... no. Is it? Yeah, preservation. Season 1. Season 1. They were pretty good in Season 1. Or popular, but this is like a... You can't get fooled by this one. Remember, Season 1 was when they were released, right? Dragonflight. They came, it was a new class. Everybody fucking picked preservation because they felt like they are pretty awesome, and they were kind of awesome, but you know, mostly the popularity is because it's a new class, not because it's necessarily a good or we're the best. Season 2, not that great, kind of okay, you know. Season 3, I think nobody's playing it. Yeah. The problem I see with augmentation is they have a cone, right? You have a cone. Your healing spell is basically a cone, most of it. So you have to position yourself or your team correctly in order to be doing great healing, right? And I feel like the dungeons that we are going to play, it's going to be a lot of spreading. Your team needs to spread, to dodge stuff, to avoid stuff. And then Evoker is not going to be as great because of that. And it's going to be hard to make Evoker work in those high keys because of the spreading. So for me, Evoker is kind of a C tier. Or a B tier, we'll see. But I'll put them like I feel like they are going to be behind. Nobody's going to play it. It's going to be the same as this season. It's just going to not be good enough. It's going to be good enough for 25 keys, 26 keys, 27 keys perhaps. But other than that, I feel like it's not going to be good enough. Priests. Discs. Where you at? Priests. Season 3 bonus. This priest is in general hard to play. I don't really like this priest in M pluses, right? Because you have to play, you cannot play reactively, right? You have to play preemptively. You have to like predict the damage, and there's a lot of unpredictable damage in the dungeons that are coming. I would guess. Like, I'm just thinking about the motherfucking, what's it called? The Brackenhide. The fucking bleed shit that they put those mobs. I just feel like Discipline is not going to be the greatest, but it's not probably going to be as bad as Evoker. I feel like they're kind of somewhere around here. I feel like B tier. B tier. Based on my experience, and they are a difficult class to play or master on top of it, so I feel like I wouldn't pick Priest in my group. Unless I know him 100% and he's been playing this Priest forever and it's Lovro, and then we take Lovro. I would put this Priest here, in general. Holy. Season 3. Holy Word. Holy. We're gonna look at it. Season 2 especially and Season 1. Holy Priest, pretty fucking good. Popular. Season 2, pretty okay. Still. And I feel like, to be honest, Holy is... I feel like, to be honest, Holy is gonna be up here for M+. But I don't know if I want to put them on S or I want to put them here. The problem I have, which we're gonna get to, I'm gonna put them in A tier. Okay, I'm gonna put them in A tier. But we're gonna discuss it because we're gonna go to the next sealer, which is gonna be the, I guess Shaman is here. Miss River. I mean, I just love Miss River. Miss River is my favorite healer of all time. I even like them more than Druid. I feel more safe around as a tank and as DPS around Miss River than I feel around Druids. The problem is most Druids, what makes me unsecure about the Druid, is they go into cat form and they forget to hot up, or they don't do it enough and somebody dies and they're sitting in there in cat form and they wish they were healing. But Miss River, on the other hand, is kind of a more safe pick. I would put them like up here in my personal opinion, but I feel like they're gonna be ending up at the A tier because nobody's playing it. It's not the most popular class to play. What do you mean fake news? It's the truth. What is fake about this? Look, Miss River, the least popular class to play. Season 2. Season 3, not as popular as Druids. Not as popular as Priests. So they're like number 3 here, even in a good season for them. Season 1, nobody plays it, right? It's not because it's the bad healer. Oh, the cat form? Yeah. I mean, it is true. But look at this. Season 3, the highest keys are being done by Miss Rivers, but it's not the most popular class to play. Look, all the high keys here is Druid and Miss Rivers this season. Occasionally you have a Shaman here and there, but mostly it's dominated by Miss Rivers and Druids. So I feel like the class itself is super viable for M+s. I would personally put them in S, but I think it is not going to be the most popular. And I feel like they're going to end up being like an A tier and more people are going to play Priest, and that is how it's going to be. But I'm going to put them, my personal opinion is Miss River. If you know how to play Miss River, just please, for God's sake, pick a Miss River. It's the best healer. I love it. Just play it. Every tank will love you. Every group will take you in. Yeah, and it's a difficult class to play, so you don't want to play Miss River if you're not a good player. And probably bad players don't pick Miss River, you know? Yes, Lovro, they do. We don't know the changes that are coming next season and how much self-healing the tank's gonna have. But I'm putting Miss River here. This is my opinion. Shamans. Oh no, it's the Holy Paladins. Now, I never was a fan of Holy Paladins, but they were pretty OP in Season 1, I think. Let's check out the Holy Paladins here. Paladins. Season 2 bonuses. Holy Shock, critical strikes, heal for 6% more, and reduce the cooldown of life. I mean, it's a pretty good set bonus, though. Season 2. Season 3, they are okay. They are not the best. They are not the worst. Season 2, pretty okay. Not the best, not the worst. Mid-tier. And Season 1, they were dominating. And we are gonna get a combination of Season 1 and Season 2. So even in Season 1, not that great. Oh yeah, we were talking about that. They were never great. So they are mid-tier in my opinion, so they're gonna stay unless they do some changes, right? We are talking about I put them like this. Like, doesn't really matter. Mid-tier, B-tier, boom. Now there could be an argument made. There could be an argument made for this. Because this is not going to be as many people playing it. It's not going to be as popular. So it might fall off because of that, right? And Holy Priest is going to be fine. Now, that is my, okay, shamans. Don't sleep on shamans. I love shaman healers as well. What's fake? What's fake? Bro. It's not going to be better. It's going to be more popular. I feel like Holy Priest, because it's easier class to play, more people are going to play it. And that means more people are going to do those keys with Holy Priest. So it looks like it's better on paper because more people are going to play it. But I feel like, I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying it's more popular. So if you base it on popularity, it could be like this. If you base it on pure orgasm and pure skill and what you want in your group, it's going to be like this. So, shamans. Now, I love my shamans here. I don't know why people don't like shamans. I do like them a lot. Let's see the shamans first. Shaman. Season 1. While healing stream totem, cloudburst totem is active, your chance to critical strike is increased by 10%. That's pretty okay. Your guys have a 215 effectiveness instead of a usual 200. So more healing and more crit chances, which is pretty good. Season 1. Excuse me. Season 1. Pretty okay. More popular than Priest even. Season 2. Most popular. Almost. They're as popular as Resto Shamans. I feel like Resto traits. Like, I feel like Shamans were fucking great. Also, their damage. Don't forget, the damage the Shaman brings is huge. They actually do a lot of damage as a healer if they go for it, right? And Season 3, not so popular. I don't know why. I think people raged because of the start of the season. They got a little bit nerfed. And then people didn't pick it, so that's why it's kind of not up popularity wise. But I feel like next season, what you guys think? What you guys think? Jake is saying F tier. I don't think they are F tier at all. There is no just don't. It's not going to be here. I would arguably put this here. Not because they are super bad, but because it's just not going to be viable for the dungeons. But I would say shamans. Boom. I would put shamans right there. I would put shamans actually in front of holy priests. I really like shamans more. Also, they bring what's called bloodlust, right? A lot of damage, bloodlust, pretty good healing. You have the totem damage reduction. You have the AoE stuns. You have motherfucking, what's it called? The big pet that takes aggro. If tank dies, you know, all the good stuff you have with the shamans. I really like shamans in M+. If the tank dies, you res him, but you have that elemental shit down, so nobody dies. Big. I would put shamans in front of priests. I feel like priests are good at healing, but you know, it's not like they don't bring much to the table. I feel like they just heal a lot. rest of the holy ones. Agree or disagree? We agree. This is the healing set. Oh, we reset the tanks, but I'm gonna put them like this. Okay, tank, healing. Why do you not like shamans? Shamans are awesome. I don't know why you hate on shamans. Shamans are great. I love shamans. Okay, now how do we do the rest? Do we let it be as this and we add the DPS in, or do we just reset and go with skip the healing? Yes, Druid healer definitely gonna be S tier in my opinion. You missed the ranking, Jesus. But this is based on facts and my opinion, which is always going to be correct, right? But facts and my opinion combined, it's not going to be wrong. It's going to be Druids on top. I think Druids are going to be better even than Demon Hunters, but there is an argument for it to not be true. We don't know yet. But I just have a feeling that Guardian Druid is going to be big. This is based on their set bonus, based on previous data. And unless they do a massive changes to some other classes here or set bonuses or whatever, I think this is going to be the ranking. For M+. This is not raid, it is M+ only. Same with healer, M+ only. That's it. We're going to put the Druid and the Mistreaver on top, same as this season. Shaman, Holy Priest. Then we have a Paladin and a Disc Priest, and Evoker just don't, right? Evoker is C tier, but just don't. Now, do we reset or do we just go with the Frost and, you know, all the DPS classes here? I guess we reset, right? I wish there was only DPS. But we're gonna have a F tier. Boom. The F tier is also on here. Okay. First one is Frost DK. Now, my opinion about DKs, if you want to play DK, just fucking play Blood. Because then you have a chance to get into groups. That's my opinion. In M+, if you want to get into groups, don't play DPS DK because there's going to be way better options overall. So you are not going to get into many groups unless you have a pre-made group that you have a setup for it, right? So that's my general opinion. It's not because the class is bad, but there are better options and most people will take other classes than fucking Frost DK or Unholy DK. So if you want to get into groups, play Blood, you might get into groups. Yeah, but there Druids have combat dress as well. What's it called? Paladins have combat dress. And you're always gonna have at least one or two other person in your group that have combat dress in a high key. So if you're not gonna die that often. If you die that often that you need more than 2 combat dresses in your group, then you're not gonna time the key anyway. So you shouldn't really play that group. So, but yeah, they do have some options. You do have anti-magic zone. You do have combat dress. You do have your grips. But overall, you have it as a Blood DK as well. I'm talking about DPS. Okay. Frost. Let's just look at their set bonus here. Where is it? Death Knight. Boom. Frost. They are taking the season 2 bonus. Season 2 bonus. We are going on DPS. We are going on season 1 first. Season 1, Unholy, Frost. Frost was probably the worst one. Season 2, what the fuck is going on with the site? It's lagging like crazy. Boom, season 2. It's not nobody even play it. Like season 2, they sucked. Nobody takes them ever. The dungeon's gonna be season 1 and season 2. The set bonus is from season 2, and they are not getting an overhaul overall. So, you know, in my opinion, they're just gonna be the same as every season. Just don't play fucking Death Knight DPS unless you love it. I mean, again, back to what I said previously. If you like a class to play, just play that. You're gonna do most of the content. We're talking about pushing keys on M+ high end. That is where Frost is not gonna be as popular. But up to 2025s, like, you know, you can easily do them with whatever class you pick. It doesn't really matter. The setup don't matter. But we are talking about high end. If you have an option of choose whatever you want to do and you want to push keys, I would put them kind of in a almost in a F, not because they suck, but because it's not going to be picked. But I'll put them in C. You are getting the set bonus from season 2 set bonuses. Frost is getting season 2 set bonus. Yeah, I would put them definitely on C. That is probably like mid-tier, a little bit behind mid-tier, towards the don't pick, towards the F. Okay? Unholy. Another DK. It's basically, I'm just going to look at their set bonus. Unholy is taking season 3. They are doing insane good damage, right? So I would definitely put them above C. I would put them in B tier. Same reason as previous. They're not just going to be as popular to pick in your groups. It kind of doesn't fit in the matchups or the group setups. But if you're solo, you rather want to play Unholy than Frost because you bring a little bit more to the table DPS wise, and you know, that is blood basically. This is Unholy. There we go. No, this is Unholy. There you go. Havoc. Now, Havoc. Pretty fucking OP this season. They are bringing AoE stuns, easy class to play. They are bringing the magic damage bonus. What else they're bringing? Pretty fucking enough insane damage. So if you're looking at Demon Hunters, Darkness, yes, you know, a lot of good utility for the group. They are taking season 3, which is the season where they actually shining the most. Season 3. Looking at the data here. Season 3, boom, 10%. It's like top 3 fucking class, DPS class to play this season. But then again, since Havoc, since you have Vengeance being a top tier tank, I feel like that's where the Havoc is gonna get hurt. Not because the class is bad, but most people probably gonna still play Vengeance, and you don't want a Havoc and a Vengeance in the same group. It just isn't viable. You want to have other classes. Season 2, pretty okay, you know, kind of top 3, top 4 classes. But I think they're gonna get hurt because of the what's going on with the site, guys? Season 1, very popular, right? So I would say they are a solid class to play. Again, most content you can do it with Havoc. They would generally be an S tier class, but they're gonna fall into A because they're not gonna be considered. Most people are gonna pick the Havoc, Vengeance, and you know, Havoc is not gonna be picked that much. But overall, pretty good class. I'll put them in A. I think it's top tier melee class, and that's it. Balance. Balance, in my opinion, it's very viable on high keys. Now, Balance is in the same position as Havoc. I feel like, based on what I said previously about the tanks, the Guardian is going to be on top, so it takes a little bit away from balance. But if you play a Demon Hunter tank, balance is going to be great. It plays very well into a Demon Hunter group. Massive cleave damage. They bring the buff. They have the innervate, I think. Do they have innervate? I don't know if people need innervate. I guess healers need innervate sometimes. They have the magic critical chance, I think, the buff. And they look ugly on top of it, but they are very viable. I feel like this is a top tier damage. But is it gonna be the toppest of the S? I don't know. We can discuss this. I'm gonna put them here right now, but we're gonna discuss balance when we get through all of them. We're gonna take a look again and maybe adjust a little bit. But balance is gonna be, where is the balance? Druid. Season 1. Season 1 balance pretty popular, right? Yeah, balance rate 4.8%. Season 2 pretty popular, kind of popular. I mean, if you look at everything, it's kind of popular. It's just not as popular as a fucking Paladin. I don't know who the fuck plays Paladin. Stop playing Retribution, guys. Retribution is not the best class. Only a chosen few are able to play it good. Everybody else is kind of mid-tier, but they still play fucking Paladins for some reason. Season 3. In DPS, as you guys see. Season 3, this is this season. You have Druid in every goddamn group as damage. But they are not as popular because, you know, people think Retribution is better. But balance Druid is big. Every high key, 32, 33 plus, you need a balance. Like, it goes so well with the Demon Hunter tank. Goes well with Priest. Like, magic damage with Demon Hunter is just goes hand in hand, right? That is true, Jake. But the problem is, half the motherfucking players that play Paladin, they just learn the damage rotation and that's it. They never press their buttons. Like, half their buttons, utilities, buffs, group, buffs, they don't do it. That's why I don't like people just playing Retribution if they don't know how to play it. But again, that goes for every class. Alright, Feral. Do I just play it in F? Do I just put Feral in F and be done with it? Do we even like to consider furries in any group? When you have an owl, like, how is a Feral even viable? I feel like they just should be here, not because the classes suck, but, you know, nobody's gonna pick you. Nobody fucking plays with a Feral Druid. Like, look at this data here, data. Season 3, Feral, 1.15%. There is like the least amount of players. The only one, is there anyone? Like, a fucking Arcane Mage is the lowest, and I guess the, how much is this? I don't know how much this is, but, you know, sub rogues, you know, Feral is up there. It's not gonna be picked. Every season, Feral is just not good enough. Because you have the Guardian and you have the balance option, you know, why pick Feral? And it's a melee kind of you don't know if are they melee, are they having like a semi-range, you don't know what class it is, they don't have much. And they are a hard class to play on top of it. So, you know, it's just not going to be popular. So I feel like Feral, I would put it on F tier for memes. But just because it's Jake playing it, I'll put them in D tier. D tier for Feral. Okay? What is this? Is that Devastation or is that Evocation? Knowers? Devastation or Evocation? Which one is this one? That icon, I don't know which dragon is this. It's the Devastation, yeah? Yeah, it's Devastation. Devastation. There is only one great spec, and that is Augmentation in M+. There is no way you pick up a devastation instead of augmentation ever in M pluses. If you do, it's a big mistake, I would say. Season 3, 1.7%, 4.1% augmentation. Season 2, I think in one of the season they actually were doing good damage. I think damage wise they're doing great, but I just feel like augmentation brings so much more than devastation. Why is this site so fucking buggy? Come on, season 2. Yeah, before Aug got, yeah, exactly, that is true. They weren't even, yeah, there was no augmentation in season 2 and season 1. So I feel like still in season, next season, Aug is gonna be the dominating force. I feel like nobody's gonna play devastation, or being nobody's gonna pick a devastation for M pluses. Again, in random groups, if you're playing solo, if you're good at devastation, you do great. You do everything you need to do. Boom, you do 25 plus keys. Fine. We're talking about 30, 39 keys, right? 30 plus keys. Top rank, top 100. You're not gonna be picked. So, what you guys think? I would put them maybe, I don't know, maybe C tier. I feel like they're gonna be better than Frost because they still have Bloodlust. Like this, in front of Frost. C tier, like almost on the bottom half, but above Frost. Yeah. What is next? It's the Beastmaster. It's the Hunter class. It's a very popular class. It's an easy class. It's a range class. They have Bloodlust. They have fucking good damage. The problem is they don't have survivability that much. So they are taking I think the last season's bonus, season 2, I feel like, if I remember correctly. Where is it? Hunter? Beast Mastery, season 3. They're taking actually this season's, which is pretty good, to be honest. Now, I just showcased how the hunters work in my 10 minutes ago. They're fucking decent, pretty good at damage. They're probably top tier range damage wise, but survivability wise, they are fucking F tier or D tier. So, I would say they're gonna be somewhere around here. They're not gonna be A tier. Maybe A tier. We could argue for an A tier, but I would say right there. I would put them in B behind. I don't know. It's a range class. Like, I feel like actually Unholy is going to be more viable as than Hunter on hierarchy because they are more survivabilities are way better on Unholy. Anti-magic zone, anti-magic shield, self-healing, death, whatever it's called, the death strike, the healing shit. Right? I feel like it's going to be behind. I would rank them. Unholy here. So we are not going to discuss it too much. Survival, again, same thing. I just put them here. I would maybe put them even in it's not because it's a bad class. It's not a really popular class. It's not, it's not fucking anything special. So I'll put them, I don't know. Doesn't matter. We don't care about them. We put them right here. And same goes with the marksman. It's not going to be better than Beastmaster. I'll probably, let's actually look at before we rank them. Give me a second. Marksman, season 3. Yeah, it's kind of meh. And the dungeons, like, what can Marksman bring that the Beastmaster doesn't bring, but do it better? Nothing. So they're definitely going to be behind Beastmaster. Misdirect. True. Then they are S tier then. Misdirect, pretty big. In M pluses, tanks are losing aggro left and right. Yeah. True. But I'm gonna put them right here. I would maybe put them right here, like maybe above, maybe here. This is making more sense. Like, my point being, don't pick these two specs, just pick Beastmaster if you're gonna play a hunter. Unless you are insanely good at these two specs, just play them. If you like playing those two specs, play them. But if you're gonna play hunter and push, you play Beastmaster. We are looking for a new tank. Let's see. Arcane. I feel like we already looked at the Arcane. I would put them maybe like I don't know, but let's just look at them before we go into Arcane. Arcane is, I feel like it's gonna be great on a raid, but not in M+ as every season. Popularity wise, this is season 1. Arcane, no, this was Fire actually that bad, but you know, Arcane is not really great either. Season 2, the site is needing a little bit sync time to load. Arcane, not popular at all, least played. And season 3, same thing, I think. It's just not a class. It's a hard class to play, first of all. And it's not a class that excels. No, does great in M+. It's just good in raid. Boss fights, probably Arcane is solid. Look, this is Arcane. Yeah. But yeah, Fire Mage is gonna be the king. I feel like Fire Mage is gonna be great, but we're gonna get to that. We're gonna go for Arcane. I'm gonna put them in like a almost same bracket as I would put them almost in the same bracket as the Hunter, but maybe like here, probably in front of the Hunter and the Druid, because they have Bloodlust after all. They have the intellect buff, so you know, arguably somewhere around here, maybe at the bottom of C tier. Yeah. Fire Mages. Now, Fire Mages are getting their best set ever back. The most OP fucking set they ever was. Fire Mage. It's the Dragon Breath or whatever it was. I don't remember it. I remember. Maybe was it me or somebody actually was playing it. Fire season 2. They're taking back the Phoenix of Flames. How do I know this? Did I play Fire in season 2? I feel like I was either watching someone or played it myself. I'm not sure. But Fire was the very OP in season 2. And they are king of the hills in season 1. As you guys can see. Oh, timed out. There's something wrong with the mythic rating right now. Season 1, every goddamn high tier is playing a fire mage. Like there's Fire Mage season 3 in every high tier group. So it's one of the top tier classes you want to play in every season. Why? They just do too much damage. Season 2, mages. Every fucking group, top 20, a Fire Mage. Season 1, and they're taking their setback here. So I feel like Fire Mage is gonna be great in next season as well. Fire Mage, Fire Mage, Fire Mage. There's like Fire Mage in every group almost. Season 1 was kind of a ridiculous season. I don't know what's going on here, but you have some rogues here for some reason. But yeah, I guess they were great in season 1. But Mage is always gonna be in one of the top tier groups. So I feel like Fire, my opinion, S tier. S tier, hands down, one of the best range classes you want to play if you are interested in M+. If you want to do high content in M+, pick a Fire Mage, you're safe. Also, Demon Hunter with Fire Mage, great stuff. Again, same as every season. It just goes so much well together, these classes. Frost Mage, I don't know. Not as good as Fire, I would say. Maybe like here. Same thing. Frost is not bad. Frost is absolutely viable. Pretty good. But you rather have Fire because they bring a little bit more damage. Yeah, they have this season. So Frost is also easier to play. So if you are used to play Frost, you don't need to respec to fire. Frost is still valid. Like, it's 8-tier fucking DPS class for M pluses. So, you know, Frost is fine. Okay, what's next? What is this? Is this Miss River? No, this one. It's the what's the name of the class again? Not Brewmaster, not Miss River. What? Give me the name. Give me the name. Where the fuck? Monk. Windwalker. Season 1. The most OP, I think. These were actually OP in Season 1. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Season 1 was pretty good for Mist Rivers. Windwalkers. Why do I keep saying Mist Rivers? Because I love Mist Rivers. That's I think they're gonna do a comeback in this season as well as a DPS. But then again, we are in the same situation. Why would you pick up a Windwalker in your group when you can have a Mist River in your group? You know, because the DPS, there are so many options in DPS classes that you wanna, if you wanna make a group, you pick those big must-have classes, and you compensate the Mist River debuff, I guess, with a healer, because they are great at healing in M pluses. So they're gonna get a little bit hurt because of it. So Season 1, Mist Rivers, you see, they are, oh, this is Windwalker in the damage groups. Season 1, they were great. They are taking back the set bonus here as well. They're gonna probably do sick cleave damage, but they're not gonna be picked because there's gonna be a Mist River instead in that group. Season 2, not visible. It's just not a popular class to play in seasons. And I think that's going to be the same this season as well. It's just going to not be that many people playing it. But I will put them. Do we put them in front or behind? I feel like they should be, not this. What am I doing? It's this. I feel like they should be behind here. Even behind Beastmaster. MM Hunters. Perhaps, maybe between. To be honest, doesn't really matter. They are B tier. Boom. They're gonna be B tier. They are melee. I think Unholy is gonna be more popular than this one. More played even. Damage wise, they're probably gonna do equally good damage. So, you know, I'll put them behind Unholy and behind, I guess, MM Hunter. Because of melee versus range. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the only class that actually matters here, the Retribution. Now, this is the class I already know. This is my class. This is what I'm gonna play most likely. What you guys think? They are taking the same set bonus that we have this season, Season 3 set bonus. There's not gonna be much changes in Retribution. Hopefully, we don't know yet, but I don't think they're gonna do big changes. What are we thinking? Where are we in the scale of things? Are we S tier? Are we A tier? B tier? Are we don't F tier? What you guys think? F tier? Get lost. I mean, if you are a bad paladin, you are definitely F tier. But if you are me, I feel like you are gonna be for sure the best melee class. For sure, if you are gonna go melee, you're gonna go paladin. For sure, the best class, melee class. That is a guarantee. There's not going to be other classes on top of paladins in melee. Maybe warriors could be argumented to compete with them, but again, paladins bring much more than just the damage. Yeah, it's going to be the most played. I already put up a vote in my channel, and by the looks of it, there is a lot of people playing. There are a lot of people playing. What's it called? Paladins. Which is unfortunate because I kind of want to be the only paladin. But now I have to compete with these plebs. But yeah, we are going A tier. I would put them on top of A tier. I don't think there's going to be any melee class better than Retribution. So we're going to keep it at that. They are great. They're bringing a lot of versatility to the group. A lot of buffs, a lot of fucking healings, combat dresses, protections, immunities. They're tanky as fuck. Awesome AoE. We could hopefully hope for a little bit more single target damage, but overall great. So I'm gonna put them in A tier. They're arguably maybe even S tier, but we go with A because there's gonna be a couple of classes that gonna be S. We can't put everything in S. There's gonna be only 1 or 2 damage classes. I feel like they're gonna be an S tier, which you're gonna always have. And the next one we are talking about is the Shadow Priests. Now, Shadow Priest, I don't know if there is even going to be an argument for it, but it's going to be a S tier. I already argumented for this yesterday. If you are going to push higher keys, any keys, higher keys, you need to figure out how to increase your damage. Shadow Priest is one of those classes. You have that PI, right? It's a way to increase your damage without changing your setup or going for DPS. Like if you have a Shadow Priest, you have that PI in your group, it's gonna make your group better, right? It's gonna make your group do more damage and you can push your keys higher. So in my opinion, Shadow Priest is gonna be S tier as every fucking season. And they do fucking sick damage right now. I think they are gonna be, let's see their set bonuses as well. The Shadow Priest. Where you at? Priest. Season 2 bonus. Now, I'm not familiar with the Season 2, but I know for a fact that Season 2, they were doing great. Because I was playing Season 2. And we had Shadow Priest everywhere. We got DPS here. Yeah, there's only 3.6 people playing it. Season 2, 7.7. Every class, as you can see in Season 3, every group has a Shadow Priest here. There's no way you cannot have a Shadow Priest. You have the PI. It's just too much, too big to not take. Same with Season 2 and probably same with Season 1. Like, okay, Season 1. Yeah, you have still Shadow Priest in their group, but you also have Healer Priests. But PI is just too good to not have. It's going to be a must-have in a 30 plus keys. So, or yeah, it's going to be Shadow Priest S tier for me. Range class as well. They bring Fortitude, PI, very good damage, add padding, all the stuff. They're going to be top DPS even. This is what? Rogues. Let's look at the rogues. It's going to be Assassination Rogue. Now, Assassination, I feel like it's the worst of the 3. I don't think it's many people playing Assassination. Yeah, Season 1, pretty shit. Season 2, not visible even. I don't think anybody played Season 2. Even 10,000 players played Assassination Rogue in the entire world. So you could easily get rank 1 here if you actually played Assassination. If you are looking for a rank 1, play Assassination. Nobody plays it. Season 3, a little bit more, 2.2%. Actually, 800,000 people. Wait, do we have that many rogues? Do we really have 759,000 assassinations players, or is just the amount of parses we are talking about here? It's parses, yeah? But again, not the most popular class. Rogue in general is a hard class to play, but they do bring a lot of damage. They do have the stealth, group stealth. But again, thinking about the next season, the dungeons there, do we really need stealth? Not really. The dungeons, it's on all the Dragonflight dungeons. Is there a dungeon where we would skip with stealth? I don't think so. So I don't know. I feel like rogues, as good as they are in M pluses, it's not gonna be viable that much. And assassination being the worst spec of the rogues, like I would put them right here. End of C tier. They're not gonna be as bad as ferals, but they're not gonna be like, they're gonna be bottom half. C tier for sure. Outlaw, by far the best spec. What do we think about Outlaw? It's basically the same situation. I think they have the season 3 bonus as well. Outlaw season 3, yeah, they are pretty fucking good. The damage is insane. But what do they bring to the table except group stealth? Group stealth and some damage reduction on ads or bosses or whatever they are targeting. So they are shit. So we just put them here. I feel like Outlaw, we could put them with Miss Rivers. They're not going to be A tier in my opinion. They're not going to be that viable, to be honest. But they are going to do good enough, so mid tier. But if you like to do high numbers, you want to be on top of damage meters, and you're lucky enough to get in groups, or you have a set group where you are playing, you're going to do great. But overall, generally speaking, it's not going to be the best. It's going to be like a mid tier, I feel like. Subtlety is kind of between these two. Right here. Subtlety. Season 3. Sub is also great damage. Maybe we put them at the end of, maybe behind. Maybe B tier, maybe C tier, front of C, maybe there. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of fair. Maybe B tier. What do you think? Or do we think maybe Outlaw is the A tier? I feel like the damage is so much with Rogue that they could be arguably a little bit in front of these motherfuckers. I would put this maybe here and sub right here. Maybe we could make an argument for Outlaw being up here. I don't know. I don't know that much about rogues to make a fair assessment here. I'm just going by the data that they are not that popular here in any season. And I feel like they're just going to be mid overall for next season as well. So, but I know whenever we have a rogue in our group right now, when we push keys, a rogue is just going to be out DPSing every class. So damage-wise, they're going to be sick. But I don't know if they're going to be A tier though. A tier sick, or is going to be front of B tier sick? Okay, front of B tier. Like, we just put him there. We just gonna maybe be wrong on this one. We put them on the B tier. Maybe here. Maybe here. Okay, I'll put them right here. A tier, not B tier. But sub is gonna be B, and we put assassination in C. Still gonna do good damage. Outlaw is just doing too much. We put them in A. What's next? Shamans. Fucking elemental. Who the hell plays elemental, guys? Do we have any shamans playing elemental? Yes, 3.2%. No, actually less. Enhancement is 3.2%. Fucking elemental is like almost 1%. 2% maybe in season 3. Season 2. Meh, like 3% maybe. Season 1. A little bit more, but not nearly enough compared to other big classes. So I feel like elemental is gonna be mid. I don't know why you would ever play a elemental shaman. I rather have in if I'm gonna bring a shaman, it's gonna be a healer in my eyes. If I'm gonna bring DPS, it's gonna be mage, it's gonna be shadow priest, it's gonna probably be a druid or a paladin. You know, all the good classes. I don't know what elemental gonna. It's not like like a super wanted classes, but I'll put them like here, and I'll just go with the enhancement and put them right here in B tier. I'll put them mid tier, boom. We finished with the shamans. Right? I feel like maybe we can argue enhancement can be in front of elemental, because warriors probably gonna be good with enhancement more, right? You have some melee classes that are rogues, right? You know, if you go with a melee group, warrior, rogue, enhancement, shaman. But do we even ever go full melee groups in any M pluses? Don't think so, right? So, but the DPS is gonna be great if you bring those three, because of the Wind Fury totem. Okay. We're gonna go through this at the end before we make our final judgment. We might adjust some of these classes. Affliction. I mean, if there is a class I would put in F, it's gonna be Affliction. Unfortunate. For Affliction, it's not a bad class. Again, if you pick Affliction, if you are playing Affliction right now, if there is 1 or 2 people in the world playing Affliction right now, please keep playing it. It's not a bad class or a spec, but it's just not gonna be picked. It's not gonna be viable. It's not good enough, right? Compared to the other 2 specs. Fucking Affliction is like, what, 100k sparses? Like 5 people playing Affliction. There's nobody in high tier ever playing Warlock, just putting it out there. Maybe 1 or 2 groups have it. But definitely not Affliction on top of it. Right? There are some destructions here in Season 1. But overall, I think Affliction is just going to be F. We might be like putting him at the end of D, so we don't really have a class. So Affliction, I mean, you could make an argument. I'm going to put them in F because you shouldn't really play Affliction if you want to push keys. Unless you're the best Affliction player in the world, play it, please. If not, if you're thinking about what to play, don't pick Affliction. Demonology. Big class every season. Pretty good. Pretty awesome damage. King of padding. Add padding is in their name, being demonology. They have a lot of ads, so obviously they're gonna do great in ad padding situations. Pretty popular of the 3 specs every season. Oh, actually this season, oh no, that's Affliction, right? Demonology middle here, and then we have season 3. I think they are top tier in season 3 of the 3 specs, yeah. So I would put Demonology. It's a range spec. They do great damage. They have pretty fucking tankies. They bring, obviously, the cookie. They have Combat Rest or Soul Stone. They have gates for some skipping potential. And they have Summoning Portal. If somebody dies and you can summon them back into wherever you were. If someone dies and you can't make it through back to your group because of the way you cleared, the Warlock is great to have in your group. So I would put them in A tier, boom. I like Demonology myself, A tier class, easy pick. I'm probably going to put them right here in front of the Frost Mages even, I would say. I don't know if they're going to be better than the Druid, but I'm going to put them right behind Druids overall in range. Same goes with Destruction. I think damage-wise, let's look at the set bonus before we make the final assessment here. What is the set bonus of the Warlocks? Destruction is Season 1. Now, I did like Season 1, but I didn't love Season 1 set bonus. I feel like it's still better than Season 3. I don't really like, maybe do I like Season 3? I don't really like Season 3 for Destruction. But yeah, they're taking the Season 3 from Demonology though. they bring those ads. I didn't really like Season 3 Demonology's set bonus either. I feel like it's just too much RNG. Again, RNG sets is not my favorite sets. Oh no, this is not the RNG. Which one was the RNG set? Which one was the RNG set when you opened, when you like summoned the pet? Wasn't it this season? Or was it last season? Where you summoned the extra pet that did damage for you. I'm not sure. But one of those set bonuses were RNG, and that's what I remember. Doom Brand. Consuming a demonic core applies a Doom Brand that expires after 20 seconds. Yeah, this is just more damage. So I guess it's okay. I would put them right here behind. I mean, who cares if they're behind or in front of Demonology? It's just whatever you like to play. Pick one of these two, you're safe. Don't pick Affliction, pick fucking Demonology or Destruction, and you be good, right? Maybe in front of Demonology. I don't know. I'll put them right here. Now, Arms, Omega Lul damage. Arms Warriors getting the Season 1 set bonus. A lot of crit damage, big damage, right? Mortal Strike and Cleave damage, it's gonna be like you're gonna go into Cleave spec. It's gonna do insane AoE damage. I would put them right here. Okay. It's kind of hard to compare melee with range. So I'm gonna put them behind Retribution, but I wouldn't say necessarily they are better than a balanced Druid. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say they are better than the Affliction or the Demonology, but I would say they are behind Retribution. Now, just to make it a little bit more, it's gonna be a little bit biased, putting all the melees in front of all the range, because we are maining a melee class myself, and I play warrior. We're gonna put them right here, because we are a little bit biased. But I'm just comparing melee with melee here, right? I'm thinking they're gonna be better than Outlaw. They're gonna be better than, not better than Paladins. So my choices for next season gonna be either Arms Warrior or a Retribution Paladin. If I'm gonna play melee, it's gonna be one of these two. Both of them gonna do insane damage in M+. Arms Warrior on top of it gonna be great at single target, but they don't bring all the utility that the Paladin brings to the group. But they're gonna do overall, I think they're gonna beat Paladins in damage, both on bosses, on Tyrannical Week, and arguably on the AoE week, the ad week. Okay. Now, Fury. I'm a little bit, again, Fury, for me, my fingers hurt when I play Fury, and that's the reason I'm just going to put them right there in A tier, but they're probably not going to be, okay, I'm going to be a little bit biased and put them in front of there, and I'm going to put this like somewhere, maybe like in between here, right? Okay, like this. Right? I'm going to put Fury behind Arms, maybe behind Outlaw, probably behind Outlaw, but in front of Frostmate. But again, like, you're A tier class or A tier spec. Any of these gonna do great. You pick any of these classes, A and S, you're gonna be great. And that's it. Do we have more? No. That's our okay. Before we make our file, I'm gonna go through them. I think nobody gonna argue with me. Fire Mage and Shadow Priest is always gonna be on top for M+. Retribution is going to be the greatest melee, not because of the damage only, but the utility and the whole package. If you have a great Paladin player like me in your group, you want to take him with you forever. But if you have a random semi-player Paladin, you might get a very shitty one, right? But the kit they bring into the table with all the utilities, the buffs, lay on hands, protections, bubbles, it's just going to be too much, too good to let go. Also, your aura. You have the defensive 3% reduced damage taken for higher keys. You have your 5% increased healing and damage on lower keys. It's just overall a great class to have in your group. Bring Paladins if you know they're good. bring them. They're gonna do great in these dungeons as well. Like last season, I remember both season 1 and not season 1, I didn't really play Paladin that much. I was playing tank Paladin, but season 2, damage wise, they were fucking awesome. Season 3, great. They're on top. I mean, you can just see my DPS. I'm always on top. So A tier for sure. Arms, I think A tier we kind of nail it. This is perfect. This is basically how it's gonna be. I mean, Fury, you can argue wherever you want it, but it's A tier. We put it in front of Frost, and that's it. If I was gonna change here a little bit more, maybe I bring the Arcane, like, I feel like maybe Arcane is not D tier necessarily. Maybe Arcane could be, because of the Bloodlust and it's a mage, intellect, maybe in front of C. Maybe in front of C. Maybe that's a little bit adjustment. Ferals, I would arguably put them down here. Don't play a fairy. Just, you know, if you're gonna play a druid, just play a healer or a tank or a balance. But don't play a furry. Nobody wants you. But yeah, I think this is pretty much, we nailed it, guys. This is gonna be how it is. Now you know what to pick, what to not pick.